Hey everyone, this is going to be my last video of the year, and first of all, with so much gratitude and appreciation, thank you for being here. I appreciate everybody who has ever watched a video and commented it and has been here since the beginning, or you just found me yesterday. Thank you. And please share with me your thoughts about what you would love to talk about in the new year in the comments. So, it is a year of 9, a year of the snake, a year of endings. And I just played with the energy of, do we close out this year or do we just move right into the 1 year? And when I felt into it vibrationally, there is a difference if we close out the year versus just going right in. And what do I mean by that? So, if we just December 31st and we wake up on January 1st and we do nothing, we'll be fine. If we take a pause this week, any day this week and next week between the 1st, now and the 1st, to look back and just take inventory and just thank the year for everything it gave you. And if it was a year of lemons, thank it for that. Thank it for anything it taught you. Every year teaches us lessons or gifts or both. Usually it's both. Usually the year is going to give you some gifts and some lessons, but some years it's going to feel like a whole year of lessons, and some years it might feel like a whole year of gifts, and most of the time it's probably a blend. But even the hard things, what did you learn? What did it teach you? Can you thank it for what it taught you? Can you thank it for resilience it gave you? What did this year, what did 2025 give you? Maybe if this was a very hard year, it taught you to find joy in things, in simple things, to get down and back to basics, because it was so hard. As I wind out this year, I'm going to be, and I've said this before, leaving and moving to another state, and I will go room by room. I will start at the river, into the land, into my home, and thank it for everything it has given me since 2021 when I bought it. And for me, this home, and I was a realtor, so I loved homes, this home has been my most special home, and I will be so sad to leave it. But I know it's ending. And if you told me in the beginning of 2025 I would be moving, I would have said no. But it came, and I let it come, because it's a year of endings. This year, here's the things I ended that I had no plans on January 25 to end. I stopped drinking caffeine. Wasn't planned. I became a vegetarian, quasi-pescatarian, vegan, whatever. I do not eat meat anymore, and I do not eat dairy. Wasn't planned. Some relationships ended. Wasn't planned. A huge move. Wasn't planned. All of those endings came in a 9-year with no planning. They just all descended on me, and I knew what I had to do. The hardest one was some relationships. And only in the last few days have I figured out what was going on. As these relationships shifted, changed, or fell apart. Every relationship that we're in is a mirror of our own selves. Some of them are beautiful mirrors, and some of them are here to teach us lessons or to show us something and illuminate something in us. And, I was able to look honestly, what did this person teach me? And every time it was a piece of me that still resided in here, a side of myself I probably don't like, if I'm honest, a habit, a way of operating, is probably a better way, a way of operating, a safety mechanism, something I've done since I was a child to protect myself. Some of us came from families that showed us love and appreciation since the day we were born. And some of us came from families that were incapable, not because they didn't want to, they just were incapable because it was never shown to them to give us what we needed. And therefore, we have this protective layer that we learn to protect ourselves, shield ourselves. And as we get older, we keep passing that on until we decide to make a decision to stop. This is a great year and a 9-year to stop. So as I walk and I look and reflect on the year behind and close it out and say thank you, as painful as some of these relationships were that shifted and changed and even ended, I can see that by ending them, I'm ending the cycle of me in those behaviors that don't serve me anymore, that were just armor that I wore to protect myself from being more vulnerable, more exposed, more open. So as I pack up all these boxes and shift again, I don't want to take these stories with me anymore. They don't disappear like that. But over time, an awareness to them, I can say, how do I show up differently? How do I behave differently? So as I encourage you, as we end this year, and before we go into January 1st, which is a 1, which is like a seed germinating. We are at 9 where everything is closing. And this is the 1 is going to start germinating. We're planting the seed, year 1, the activity begins. What do you want to germinate? But before we germinate, we must know what we've left behind. So thank it, acknowledge it. And between now and then, be gentle and kind with yourself as things fall apart, fall away, close, end. And I would love if you have a moment to share with me what ended this year for you. It could be minuscule. Every little thing matters. What did you decide you were done with? What did you say no more? And what are you willing to say? Are you willing to look at yourself and say thank you for that lesson? Thank you for that gift. Because every lesson is a gift, because we grow when we do that. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. Otherwise, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate. Hanukkah's probably over. But I'm showing up imperfect and not knowing everything. And, another thing I'm letting go of is, I'm supposed to do a video on Friday. I'm supposed to do a video on Monday. I'm letting myself move. I'm not going to have to be the perfectionist. And that is a gift to myself. So give yourself a gift. What is the gift you give yourself this week and next week? I posted something on Facebook yesterday. What do you like? What are you giving your energy away to that doesn't deserve it? Stop it this week. You do not have to be a perfectionist. You do not have to be a performer. Can we just be? Be well. I'll be back in 2026.